team.
What's up, guys? My name is Jacob, aka Milk, and I want to talk a little bit about the new cards that Blizzard's revealed over the last 2 days. I went to the event at the Foundry yesterday, and a lot of people were speculating. Some people thought the cards were too strong, some people thought they were too weak, some people thought they changed the game too much, and I'm not really sure if we're in a position right now where we can say with certainty which opinion is most correct, pretty much just because we've seen, like 15, 20 of the new cards. There's still 100, 110, maybe more left for them to show us, but I do want to talk about what we have seen. The gameplay you're watching is from the Tavern Brawl this week. I'm playing a one-turn kill priest, but the gameplay really doesn't matter. It's kind of just a backdrop so you guys have something to watch. So I guess the first card to start off with is the one that I think most people had the most visceral reaction to, and that is Coldarra Drake. It's 6 mana, 6/6. You can use your hero power as many times as you want. I saw that, and the first thing I thought was Major Domo. Have Major Domo down, kill him, do 40 damage with just your hero powers. And to me, at first I thought that was just insane. But when you kind of realize what goes into that combo and the board state that your opponent needs to make it really viable, I don't know if it's really overpowered. I think it'll be a fun deck to play, but I don't think it's going to be competitive at all. So the Drake lets you use your hero power as much as you want, and while that is really strong, it's definitely not going to be changing the game as much as people thought it would when they first saw it. But when you combine it with the other abilities of these new cards, especially the Maiden of the Lake, you can really get into some interesting territories of what is now possible with just your hero powers. When your hero power costs 1 and you can use it as many times as you want, obviously you can see the huge strengths that could provide. Being able to ping 6 times on the same turn or draw 6 cards, very, very strong. I'm not sure exactly which deck is going to benefit the most from this, but you can already see the possibilities here. Something I learned at the event, it's not 1 less, it's 1. So if you have 2 Maiden of the Lakes, you are not going to have a 0 cost hero power, because if you did, then you play 2 of them and you Exodia hero power ping 30 times and win. The next card I want to talk about is one that just was revealed today, just a few hours ago actually. It's the Justicar Trueheart. 6 mana, 6/3, pretty bad, but Battle Cry, replace your starting hero power with a better one. So mages do 2 damage pings, paladins summon 2 1/1s, priests heal for 4, you know, ad nauseum. It's basically just play this 6 mana okay card, and for the rest of the game your hero power is twice as good. And to me that's very strong, very, very strong. The only thing to note, the only differences in the hero powers are Hunter isn't deal 4 damage, it's deal 3 damage, which, I mean, thank God, because that would be way too tough to deal with. And the Warlocks, they don't draw 2 cards, they just draw 1 card, but they don't have to take any damage themselves, which is also very good. 2 mana, draw a card, no drawback. I mean, if you play that a couple turns before, you get your Drake down, and now you have Maiden of the Lake, you can, in theory, on the same turn you play the Maiden of the Lake, gain 6 double hero powers. So for instance, a warrior could gain 24 armor in 1 turn. A mage could do 12 damage just in pings. It's really kind of insane, the amount of versatility that you get with these just these 3 cards alone. I mean, you know, usually the thought process behind hero powering is, alright, I don't have anything to do, can't play any of my cards, or don't have any cards to play, so I better hero power. They're making it where they're actively rewarding you for using your hero power more. I think that's going to have some really interesting implications to the game. I think it's going to make games last longer. I think we're going to see a lot more fatigue games, mainly because I think people are going to be kind of using their hero power just significantly more. They're not going to be going all in. They're going to give their opponents more time to catch up. But we'll see. I mean, it really depends. I think the matchups class to class are going to get a lot more profoundly favored in one direction. Classes that were strong against other classes are going to be more strong or less strong. I don't know. These are really interesting. I like this. I think it's going to be really healthy for the game. Okay, next card is the Nexus champion Saraad. This card is banana crazy. I think this card is going to be played a lot. Every time you use your hero power, add a random spell to your hand. That is very strong. It's only 5 mana and it's a 4/5, which is good on its own. Most 5 drops, you're pretty content with 5/5. 4/5 I think is better than 5/4 in terms of like durability. So I think this card is strong. I think it's very strong because there's not a lot of bad spells out there. There's a lot of bad minions, but most spells are very, well, not very good, but they're pretty good. The worst spells you can get are, you know, spells that you can't use, like Blade Fury if you're a priest, stuff like that. And that is going to happen some percentage of the time, but it's kind of better than just that, because Inspire is activated when you use your hero power, and your hero power isn't nothing. Your hero power is like damage or heal. It's something already, and it's going to be something plus add a new card or a random spell to your hand, and that seems very strong. At the reveal, this was in every deck, and we got to see some pretty ridiculous things from it. I think Firebat found lethal because he got a Bloodlust from Saraad and then used it as a hunter. Something like that, but I think we'll be seeing a lot of interesting things because of Saraad. And it's also cool because when you play Saraad, you can get any class can now get any minion or any spell. Any spell from the random spell, and then any minion if you get an unstable portal, and then you can get any minion. So you can be playing Priest, and you can get a Tyrion. You can be playing Hunter, and you can get an Archmage. Very, very cool. I like this card. This might be my favorite card that they've shown, but they've only shown like 15, so who knows. I don't think they've shown their Dr. Boom 2 yet. I do think there is going to be a card that they show, and we're all going to collectively think that it's too good. But I don't think they've shown it yet. I don't think they want to show it yet. And I'm excited that I haven't seen anything that's jumped out at me as just being too strong. And as for too strong, I think this card is the opposite of too strong. This is the Sky Captain Crag. It's a 4/6 charge, and it costs 1 less for each friendly pirate you have. The immediate problem with this is there aren't enough good pirates to make this worth playing. I have a lot of faith in the 120 or whatever cards to come that there will be good pirates, because there's a lot of good mechs. I think there's even a lot of good dragons. I think that in order to balance out the pirates, they're going to have to add in more, and hopefully when they do, Sky Captain will be just more playable, because you need like at least 3 or 4 more good pirates before you can afford to put this in your deck, because as it stands now, you can't build a deck around pirates. I like the idea of this card. It's a pretty strong charge, but in the current set of cards, even with all the new cards, I don't think this card is playable yet. I do have faith though. So that's all the cards I'm going to review for right now. Let me know if you guys like the video. I'd be happy to make a part 2. There's a lot of cool shaman cards I want to talk about, a lot of interesting shaman synergy I think we're going to be seeing in the future. So let me know what you thought, and I will see you guys later.